Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving deep into the swirling drama vortex of the bold and the beautiful, where family ties are being tested and corporate power plays are reaching their boiling point. Grab your popcorn because things are about to get absolutely wild. The Poppy predicament and Sheila's shocking discovery. The always intriguing Poppy Nozawa is currently at a crossroads after a particularly heated confrontation with Lee Finnegan. Lee's fury was nothing short of volcanic, leaving Poppy to seriously contemplate her next steps in this increasingly complicated situation. The tension between these two women has been building for months, and that explosion was inevitable given their shared history and competing interests in Finn's life. Poppy might be receiving strong signals to leave Los Angeles altogether, but something tells me she's not going anywhere just yet. With unresolved issues surrounding her daughter Luna and the newly revealed paternity bombshell, Poppy likely feels she has unfinished business that requires her presence. The mother-daughter relationship between Poppy and Luna has always been complex, filled with secrets and half-truths, but recent revelations have fractured it beyond simple repair. Speaking of revelations, the infamous Sheila Sharp could be on the verge of making some earth-shattering discoveries that would send ripples through the entire B&B universe. Imagine the dramatic potential if Sheila uncovers the truth about Finn's encounter with Poppy and the biological connection to Luna. The realization that Luna is actually her grandchild would fundamentally transform Sheila's place in the family constellation. Given Sheila's notorious history, this information in her hands could be like handing a loaded weapon to a loose cannon. I'm particularly fascinated by how the writers might handle Sheila's reaction. Would this revelation spark a maternal protectiveness toward Luna? Or would she leverage this newfound connection as another manipulation tool? Either way, the psychological dynamics would be absolutely riveting to watch unfold on screen. Steffi and Finn's marriage crisis. The once rock-solid marriage between Steffi Forrester and Dr. John Finn Finnegan is walking a dangerous tightrope with every passing episode. The mounting pressure surrounding Luna Nozawa is creating fractures in their relationship that might soon become irreparable. Their conflicting loyalties are forcing both characters into increasingly difficult positions. Steffi appears poised to deliver a relationship-defining ultimatum to Finn that could permanently alter their family structure. Sources suggest she might explicitly forbid Finn from having any contact with Luna whatsoever, essentially forcing him to choose between his marriage and his newly discovered daughter. The psychological weight of this demand cannot be overstated. Steffi is essentially asking Finn to deny a fundamental part of himself and his biological connection. For Finn, this represents an impossible choice. His character has always been portrayed as deeply loyal and family-oriented, making the prospect of abandoning his daughter Luna particularly gut-wrenching. Yet his devotion to Steffi and their children has been the cornerstone of his character development since joining the show. This internal conflict provides tremendous dramatic potential for the actor to showcase emotional depth. The underlying fear motivating Steffi's ultimatum deserves deeper exploration. Is it truly Luna's connection to Sheila that terrifies her? Or is there a more profound insecurity about another woman occupying space in Finn's heart? Perhaps Steffi's reaction is also colored by her own complex family history and the pattern of disruption she's experienced throughout her life. Hope and Carter's relationship hanging by a thread. Hope Logan and Carter Walton's relationship has deteriorated to the point where it's barely holding together, creating perfect conditions for outside interference. Their once promising romance has been steadily eroded by trust issues, corporate conflicts, and the shadow of manipulation allegations that continue to plague their interactions. Enter Daphne Rose, whose interest in Carter has been apparent from the beginning. With Carter's surprising request for her to remain in Los Angeles, Daphne likely sees an opening to make her move. She appears to be strategically positioning herself to be Carter's emotional support system as his relationship with Hope crumbles under pressure. Daphne's approach seems calculated yet patient, waiting for the perfect moment to present herself as the clear alternative to Hope's allegedly manipulative influence. What makes this triangle particularly fascinating is how each character perceives their own motivations so differently. Hope genuinely believes she's supporting Carter's vision for the company while fighting for her own career. Carter struggles between his professional ethics and emotional attachments. Meanwhile, Daphne presents herself as the honest truth-teller while potentially harboring her own agenda. The psychological complexity here is rich with potential. Is Hope truly manipulative as others suggest? Or is she simply being scapegoated for Carter's own decisions? Is Daphne's interest in Carter genuinely romantic, or is she being used as a corporate pawn? These questions add multiple layers to what might otherwise be a standard soap opera love triangle. Daphne's strategic positioning. Daphne Rose has emerged as a fascinating character whose apparent loyalty to the Forrester family might be complicated by her personal feelings for Carter. She seems genuinely convinced that returning control to the Forrester family is the right course of action for the company, yet her motivations likely extend beyond simple corporate ethics. Her hope that Carter will eventually recognize Hope's supposed manipulation reflects both her professional stance and personal interest. The delicate balance Daphne maintains between strategic business advisor and potential romantic interest creates a compelling character dynamic that viewers can't help but analyze. Is she simply a loyal Forrester employee, or does she have greater ambitions within the company hierarchy? What makes Daphne particularly intriguing is her patience. Unlike many soap opera characters who make dramatic, impulsive moves, Daphne appears to be playing a longer game. Her calculated approach suggests a character with hidden depths. Perhaps she has learned from past relationship mistakes or has witnessed the downfall of those who moved too quickly in the cutthroat Forrester world. I'm particularly interested in how the writers might develop her backstory in coming episodes. What experiences shaped her approach to relationships? What history might she have with similar corporate power struggles? These elements could transform her from a mere plot device into a fully realized character with her own compelling narrative arc. Carter's critical decision point. The moment of truth has arrived for Carter Walton as Ridge and Eric Forrester apply maximum pressure to force his hand. Their challenge to accept the deal they've placed on the table represents much more than a simple business transaction. It's a fundamental test of Carter's character and priorities that will define his future at Forrester Creations. The decision before Carter carries enormous weight. By surrendering the power he's accumulated, he would effectively end the corporate upheaval that has consumed the company. However, this isn't merely about organizational charts and management structure. It represents a profound personal crossroads where Carter must decide what matters most: power, principle, or relationships. The psychological pressure Carter faces is immense. Having been trusted as part of the Forrester inner circle for years, his recent actions have been perceived as betrayal by the very family that embraced him. The guilt of this perceived betrayal likely weighs heavily on Carter's conscience, creating internal conflict that manifests in his hesitation to fully commit to either path. What makes this situation particularly compelling is how it forces Carter to confront fundamental questions about his identity. Is he truly a Forrester at heart, despite lacking the family name? Or has he always been an outsider deserving of the power he strategically acquired? His ultimate decision will reveal not just his corporate allegiance, but his deeper sense of self. The ultimatum showdown, the dramatic centerpiece of this week's developments, undoubtedly revolves around Steffi Forrester's impending angry ultimatum while Carter Walton makes his critical Forrester decision. These parallel power struggles, one corporate and one personal, will likely intersect in ways that reshape the show's dynamic for months to come. Steffi's approach to conflict has always been direct and uncompromising, traits inherited from her powerful grandmother Stephanie. When she delivers her ultimatum to Finn regarding Luna, expect nothing less than raw emotional intensity coupled with unwavering determination. Her protective instincts toward her family have always driven her most dramatic moments, and this confrontation promises to rank among her most powerful scenes. Meanwhile, Ridge and Eric's challenge to Carter represents a different kind of ultimatum, one framed in corporate terms but carrying deeply personal implications. Their offer likely contains both carrot and stick elements. A path back into the family's good graces combined with serious consequences for refusal. The psychological dynamics at play reflect the show's long-standing themes of power, loyalty, and family legacy. What makes these parallel ultimatums particularly fascinating is how they force multiple characters to reveal their true priorities. Will family loyalty trump personal desire? Will professional ethics overcome emotional attachments? These choices will not only resolve immediate storylines but set the stage for character development moving forward. As we watch these dramatic confrontations unfold, remember that in the world of the bold and the beautiful, ultimatums rarely result in simple resolutions. Instead, they tend to create new complications, shifting alliances, and unexpected consequences that drive the narrative forward in surprising ways. That's all for today's deep dive into the drama awaiting us on B&B. What do you think about these unfolding storylines? Drop your predictions in the comments below, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time for more soap opera analysis and theories. Until then, stay bold and beautiful, my friends.